Guess who's back?
We're back.
Guess who's back?
Dan, why were we?
Red Seal's back.
Why are we gone, Dan? What happened?
Well, we expanded, we grew, we moved, and we are at a new location.
Yes. We came out of cryo. Everyone like it's a
we came out of
awoken.
Carbon freezing.
Carbon freeze, yeah.
For those that are of the Star Wars persuasion. So Red Seal Gaming has moved to 419 Route 34 in Matawan, New Jersey. We are 3 times the size of our old location, and that has spawned even more progress in the gaming atmosphere in the store.
Yeah, more room lends to more games being played, right? It's like a logical...
We now have dedicated Warhammer tables, or I should say war gaming tables.
Yeah, focused on miniature games of all types.
Marvel Crisis Protocol, X-Wing, Warhammer, Fantasy and 40K, and all the like.
Marvel Crisis Protocol?
Marvel Crisis Protocol.
It's just gone to the store?
Which just started in the store, which is something we couldn't do in the other store because we just had no more room for product. So this is working out great for everybody. Yep. We also have some news on the table front. Our buddy Matt.
Yes,
Matthew,
Overlord.
The Overlord has progressed on 2 other tables for Red Seal. He told me they should be in this weekend, being the first weekend in October.
Yes, as of filming this.
As of filming this, which, funny enough, brings us to some of our old store show notes.
Yes, coming out of Carbon Freeze, we looked back and we were supposed to be filming episode 10 at this point. The last episode 9 was when Way and Chris did their fill-in while we were away.
Which they filled in
excellently.
Admirably.
Yes. Hopefully they come back soon.
Matter of fact, I know Chris is dying to get back behind the camera.
Yes,
so we're going to have to get him in again soon.
Get
I'm sure everybody is. And I think we should definitely look forward to getting more store people in.
Yes,
and
we always talked about doing more guests. We just most people don't know what held us back from guests the last time was the precarious stairs at the old place. They were pretty much a death trap waiting to happen.
It was almost like a slide. The stairs were so steep.
They were missing a beam. There was definitely a beam missing. So anyone that went up and down those steps and felt a bounce, it was at least
funny when
60-year-old wood.
It's funny when you look back.
Oh yeah, like you can't see it in any of those, but like it was dangerous going up and down. So like definitely a liability on your part was
absolutely. And while we were renovating the new place, I was 2 months working
at the new store,
painting, ceiling, light, blah blah blah, the whole works. I would come back to the old store and I would get a little claustrophobic, to be honest.
Oh no, it was
it was a comfy, kind of home away from home store. The new store still has. I tried to bring some of that, family fun feel. Still, like you're still going to your bud's house to hang out.
Gaming warmth.
Gaming warmth.
Like a hearth of gaming.
It's just a neutral.
Yeah, instead of charcoals, it's dice burning.
It's dice burning. Well, speaking of, like Red Seal dice, warm burning. Those are relics. So when people see that, they might want to find out where Phil lives and come and steal all his dice.
Yes.
Those are first edition.
Yes. But it's funny with the new store. So like the width is comparable to the old store, but the depth is on a whole new level.
Oh, it's like 3 times. It is literally 3 times the length.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when
the
you
old
come
store
in the store
was 9 feet across.
Yes, which is where the racks are, and now in the new store is kind of what the old store was with the bathroom and that little niche. Yeah. So now everything beyond the rack is all new store.
All new store.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
But so episode 10, I have written down my little book of knowledge. So I'm just going to go read through these things because they're kind of funny because some of them we've just gotten now, mostly GW products.
Okay. Well, you run it off, so I'll say if it's here or not here yet.
In episode 10 news, Full Magic, Forgotten Realms Magic the Gathering release.
Been there, done that, and we've on to another set already.
We're now on. And they've already announced the next one, so it's not even close.
We have Innistrad in the store. Midnight Hunt.
Yes.
And I'm taking Crimson Vow pre-orders already.
Yes. And I'm sure
it's almost 2 full sets.
And knowing which is they're going to splash a set in there and piss everybody else off.
Why not?
New D&D books were incoming, and I'm assuming it was Von Richten's. Now we have...
Von Richten's already in the store, and now Wildbond the Witchlight is in the store as well. Just got in the store last week.
And then we know of they did announce all the new sets coming out, the other books, and
Fizban's
we'll talk about
Guide to Dragons,
and
Strixhaven, and so on.
The new evolution of D&D's coming, but that's a few years off. So funny. Kill Team Revamp was something that was on the horizon.
It's already we're already past it. It's in the store.
It's here.
Demo table in the store.
It's closer. We've gotten it closer than from when we heard about it. So that's like that's at least 3-4 months ago.
Yeah.
That Kill Team Revamp
rumor came out,
and
we have it in the store for. It was actually the last thing we released at the old Red Seal.
Yes, and you'll see a theme here because it's mostly GW stuff. We talked about the Warhammer Fantasy Battle. The Old World was announced that they had said we're going back to square bases. It's going to be 8th edition plus rule set. The time setting was of the old Magnus the Pious versus Assar Kull in the Great War Against Chaos.
We got some more leaks, but it's still very.
It's mostly been the Cathay stuff with
mostly in the teaser stage.
Yes, and it was mostly Cathay. It's in conjunction with the Total War game. So it seems like it's going to parallel.
They did mention Bretonnians will be in it, so that's good.
They're on the map. Even High Elves are on the map.
So I'm assuming we're going to see all the old school 8th edition armies plus.
Yes.
Plus,
because
but they did. Total War Warhammer has what you call it? The Norska. No, not Norska. What is it? It's not Cathay. Is it Cathay?
They're gonna do Cathay Demons, which they never did before, and Kislev.
Kislev, that's the one.
The other northern people that Chaos used to pounce on. So it's funny too because
stick a little chaos in there. Is that what you just did?
Well, they were the first ones to
all right.
Get the
moving
proverbial
along.
shaft of my halberd up there.
Anyway.
It's
because we haven't been across the table forever does not mean we have to get into it.
It's okay. It's Chaos rules. We all know that. So is the Empire.
The Emperor protects.
Yes.
Let's go.
So that's funny. So that was like they kind of once again they sprinkled the salt on our proverbial meat and then left it to rot because now we have no clue. New Age of Sigmar terrain was in conjunction with the new sets that we just got recently because I have written down like new Gobsprack and Mouth of Mork mini from the Crew Boys,
both in store,
which just more or less came out. So you're talking 3 months ago.
3 months ago. Yeah.
Beast Snaggers, which is pretty much fairly on you're just getting kind of that war rig and some of the other new miniatures came out.
Yep.
Thousand Suns, which
so
is
again,
out.
Another 3-month cycle.
And then I had written down HasLabs was at the time trying to I think they met their quota. They're doing a giant Galactus, and they're supposed to be doing a Rancor for their large.
Which we haven't heard anything else about since.
No, they didn't. It's a Hasbro. So in between that, I wrote down a few other things that happened very recently. We talked about new D&D Evolutions is going to come out, revamping the core rules. D&D 5.5.
2024.
No month, like you said, we were talking about. They just kind of,
Maybe they left it open for 12 months of God knows when. I would assume the fall. That's usually when they do it.
Yeah, maybe in conjunction with an event like they have done in the past.
I mean, how many editions in? I mean, you and I have always been on like the forefront of the new edition, just jumping right into it. We remember going to the Strategist at midnight release to pick it up.
And while we were in cryo, we were cyclically communicating about how it's reached its cycle. 5th edition. Usually they probably would have already done a new edition, but I guess because it's doing so good,
were we communicating like Dune? The spice and
yes. We like those floating guys in the void.
Like, yeah.
I'm down with that. I'm down with spice.
Speaking of spice, we got to go see that movie. By the way, let's put that on the list.
A movie that's going to get us back in the movie theater.
Red Seal Roundup movie reviews.
We talked about this. Let's rent out a theater.
We got rent.
If anyone's interested in renting out a theater and going as a Red Seal,
I hope they let us do new movies. Though I've been looking, they only let us see like old stuff, nothing new.
That's not cool.
Yeah, we need new. I definitely want to do that.
So what else did we get? Recently, they did announce a bunch of new. Now this is more recent, so it's more closer to what we're gonna get. So we know like new Underworld seasons coming out.
Yes,
Harrow Deep.
Hopefully they can put them out at a better pace and more of them. The Diachasm warbands were very limited when I would get them in the store, 1 or 2 at a time.
And we did have a calendar, like a roadmap, because they did have silhouettes for the whole season, which is really good. I wish they would do that with everything. Just give me a silhouette and let me ponder what that silhouette is. But but like you said,
that's
the vampires were MIA. You still pretty much still can't get them.
They just went back on the site last week. We're going to try to get them in the store this week. See what happens.
Once again, I made a note. That is Underworld is the game that I never get to play that I would want to play. It's a game that like I enjoy so much, and for some reason I could never get it to the table. That maybe we could remedy that. New X-Wing had a giant event extravaganza from AMG, revealing new points. The Razor Crest is coming. A bunch of other things that AMG is going to do, like their support of it. Those news prior, they shelved Armada is no longer a supported game. They basically said no more new ships.
No more new ships.
They're going to support it with organized
nothing
play.
Planned. Let's put it in
Yes, yes.
and let's put it in their parlance.
Yes, yeah.
They said nothing new is planned.
One movie or one era, bunch of capital ships, and you never know, they could always respark that. But if it's bookended, the game rule sets are pretty solid. The Fury of the First Order came out, new Y-Wings for the Resistance, so we got all that. The new points changed everything.
I still think that ship should be medium base, but
What, the FO bomber?
Yeah, Baron and I were discussing.
Yeah.
He said, "Well, it just looks bigger because the wings are going out," and I think he may be right.
I agree with that.
But
it
looks
should be a
pretty
medium
beefy.
base, but as an FO player, I love it's a small base because it's easy to fly.
Well, it is. It is.
So we
but
did
as
that.
a guy that likes to blow them up, I prefer the medium base.
Yes, sure. I mean, yeah, it's just for drawing line of sight. What else we got here? Black Templars were just recently announced as a faction. They're gonna come out with a box set.
Yes.
Great little upgrade sprues. They got like the crazy heads, the upgrades, weapons to make
The banners, you can turn all the regular Marines.
Yeah,
it's all
they're
Primaris
acolytes.
treatment.
They have the-
Emperor's Champion, new model.
That was a model that was in
Helbrecht,
yes,
new model.
Yes,
the book, the Codex is actually in this Army box set, which is cool.
So they're doing like kind of they do a beast snaggers. You had the orc book in there.
Yeah, and it actually is a bargain. You're basically getting, which is GW tends to do some small bargains in the big box sets.
Yes,
And this one has, with the minis that you're buying, you're essentially getting the Army book and the data cards for free.
yeah, and it's always a bargain until you can't get it, and then you're forced to buy them individually, and you're like, wow, this is how much? Like,
Yes. And then that just drives the price up.
And the FOMO.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have got it all together.
Yeah,
And
damn them all.
Yeah.
And then also they just had the Warhammer Open in New Orleans. Just happened. The big one of the first in-person gaming events from GW themselves. A good friend of my family, Martin Orlando, he won a best painting.
Mr. New Heavy Metal, because he has gotten
his skills are awesome.
unbelievably
Yeah,
good.
shout out to Martin.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah. We got to get Martin to the store, help us build the Age of Sigmar community.
Yes, he was the TO for Atlantic City, which was like 300-400 people. So like he's very
So it should
he's aware of the community, knows how to run it.
It should be a piece of cake for him. There's only about 5 of us right now that are playing Age of Sigmar in the
a
store.
drop of blood and a giant cauldron of
Well,
blood.
with more books coming out, I'm hoping that it'll pick up in the store.
Well, once again, we talked about how 40K really didn't pick
Pop
up
off
until you got the 4 books. You're at
Yes.
the 5th book. Like they're up
Yeah,
to.
we need 4 books. I think 4 books will start. I think a flurry of activity.
Yes, because once again, Age of Sigmar is a little bit different though. Old books still perform really great because speaking of, Slanesh went 5-0. There was a Slanesh list that went 5-0 at the Open. I didn't read the whole video on it. Honest Wargaming, Rob at Honest Wargaming. Those guys are over in the UK. They cover a lot of stuff. Check them out on YouTube. They're really cool. Shout out. But I saw the banner. Slanesh goes 5-0, and
well, I think that was a boon of the new rules.
It helps
with the new. So I'm hoping that maybe because that book design when it first came out was harshly criticized.
It's not even it wasn't. Well, certain books pay the sins of their predecessor. Like when something's broken, GW is not very kind in.
Usually gets,
it's broken. We're gonna nerf it to like living death, and now it's never gonna be seen again.
Nerf it to the ground.
Yes. But I think what like an army book like Slanesh is hurting on points. Everything's way overpriced. You lower points on things, and then like any game, X-Wing, when they change their points, it makes the game completely different with the existing ships you have. You know what I mean? So they don't have to add anything new. Not sweeping new. So
it's also the double-edged sword. As a fan and as a store owner, you see 2 things happen. When they lower the points cost, all of a sudden things start flying off the shelf.
Well, yeah, and then
you
not
can't
quick to reprint.
you can't help but be critical of it, saying that the only reason they're lowering the points cost on them is because they want you to buy more of them.
True.
So
I don't know if AMG they should have priced the Y-Wings a lot better because I bet you when they'll see the end, I bet you Fury sold a lot more
because we got a lot of Y-Wings in the store.
Have you heard we got a lot of Y-Wings?
We got a lot of
I wonder why.
Do we have so many Y-Wings?
But yeah, I mean the results are going to come in from that tournament, which is great for the meta for Age of Sigmar to see what's working. But like I said, the power creep in 40K seems way worse than Age of Sigmar just from watching these events because once again they have older books that are competing and finishing good and well.
Yeah.
And whereas in 40K, it's the new books and
that
you don't
not the new Necron book is not doing well.
No, and that's a new book, but like it's not like you're seeing Eldar knights of all kinds. Like they're there, but they're suffering without the new books are dominating.
I'm no fan of Eldar, but man, they need an update so bad in the Eldar.
Oh yeah, that'll get Eric playing. I had a big conversation with Eric in the store.
He was already looking in his codex. I got to the store today. He had his nose in the codex.
Very long conversation. Me and your
although
nephew.
he did pre-order a Black Templar box too. That is like his favorite.
Oh, he did like
chapter.
them. Yes, okay.
That's his Marine chapter.
Very cool. So, but yeah, I mean, so like that's kind of where we were back in the ether of old, and we were going to talk about those things, and now we have, more stuff to eventually talk about soon, hopefully. But it's funny looking back. I'm like, oh, some of this stuff just came out, and some of this stuff we've got 5 other things.
Yeah, and the good thing is that everything that's on that list pretty much has released.
Yeah. I mean,
so
aside from Warhammer, we knew Warhammer Fantasy Battle in the old world.
Well, they said it's a years and years process. So we're in the super tease mode.
Just years away.
Yeah, I mean, we're super tease mode. I get it. I know. I mean, and they want to get it right. I'm assuming. So we'll see what happens.
Yes, there's a lot of salt involved with this.
There's a lot of salt. I mean, I have a lot of salt. I mean, I lost all my armies when 8th edition died.
Yeah. Well, I think also that time is they want you to buy new minis.
Oh,
like in the end, that's
always.
Let's put it 7 years off. So then, when you see the new sculpt for that dwarf, you're like, I'm not putting my old little my metal spearman on. Come on,
my
gotta bring
old
those guys out.
Marauder miniatures.
Yes, but yeah, I mean, like just looking at all this stuff that came out, most of it is out, which is good.
Which I'm saying that's a good thing. It's not maybe in the quantities that we wanted, but at least it's out.
No, that's another problem is paying the sins of shipping containers. We did talk about how AMG or Asmodee's raising all the prices on X-Wing products, all their products.
It's almost 20% across the board. We got the update the other day, and I was looking at it, and that's beefy.
Like I'm sure they're paying more for their shipping containers, so we're paying more for our products.
Now the question is, if that shipping goes down, you think the prices go back down?
No, it's always locked. It's just locked.
Yeah.
But maybe you won't see a price increase for a lot longer because X-Wing's only really increased like once other before, and we've had $14 ships. They were like 12 or 14 for a really long time.
I mean, it's still affordable. It's not like we got priced out of it.
No.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
GW prices have been but it's not across the board. They'll raise prices only on certain kits.
They always do that.
It's like
that's something they've
why
always
is that?
done.
Well,
Yeah, that's something they always done. This is the first time we've seen some major price increases with the X-Wing stuff.
Yeah. So I mean, once again, it's pandemic related, obviously.
And Asmodee's doing it across the board. It's not 20% across the board. There's a lot of board games that are getting hits too, but they're on the lower side, maybe more like about 10%
board game wise. But yeah, so once again, that was like a look at what we were going to do right before you decided, hey, we're going to move, and we had to clean out the studio. And
going back to the move, since we hashed out some old news, going back to the move, it had to be done. It was becoming, as I always like to say, and people are probably getting tired of it, but not everybody hears it. I said it's an old Yogi Berra quote. Nobody goes there anymore. It's too crowded.
That's crowded, yeah.
And that's what was happening. Friday Night Magic was standing room only. If you didn't get there by 6 o'clock, you probably didn't come.
Or people looked in, said it was so saw it was so busy and just left.
I've had customers tell me, I know if I'm home after 6:30 and I haven't come to the store yet, I know I'm not getting a spot, and that was a problem. That because eventually everybody would feel that way, and then next thing you know,
it's
coming.
like it's that first come first serve feel, and that like not everybody has the luxury of getting there at a certain time.
The truth of the matter is, this was something I been thinking about for a long time. I finally did it. I did it in the middle of a pandemic. I opened September 1 in the middle of a 100-year pandemic.
Yeah.
And masks, restrictions, blah blah blah. But gamers are gamers. They're home. They want a hobby, so they were still coming to the store. So thanks to them for helping me grow the business. When restrictions started calming down and vaccinations were coming out and people started coming out again, it was like waves and waves of new customers every week.
And a lot of stores being closed across all fronts. So now there's places for rent, in
our region, we lost 5 stores, 6 stores that sold this product.
Oh yeah, and that's and that's that product. Just talking about go up and down 9. How many empty stores there are for anything? You know what I mean? There's closed McDonald's and closed big chain stuff you wouldn't think is closed. So there's a lot of though the rents haven't come down, but that's landlord's problem.
And that was my biggest difficulty with the move. It took me about 2 months to find a suitable location that wasn't too far, so we didn't transplant our customer base too hard.
But then had the space.
And then we needed the space, and it also needed the price. So it was like, these 3 big check marks that had it, and then everything else. There's a bunch of other little ones, facilities, food in the neighborhood. You like to think the customers parking.
You're not parking in the old neighborhood.
How much
you don't
foot
have
traffic you're gonna get. Yeah, we don't have to worry about Karens across the street anymore.
No one complaining about you're in my
we can all
pseudo non-existing spot in front of my house. Like
if you want, you go back by the old store and wave goodbye to Karen for us. That she won't complain about us parking in front of our house anymore. We got plenty of parking now. So the new place has plenty of parking. It's 3 times the space. It has we got 12 tables in the back for card game / board game area. We have 1, but soon to be 3, as we just talked about with Matt bringing the other 2 tables this weekend.
Pre-existing gaming.
So we're gonna have 3
tables.
full size, 6x4 old school gaming tables with storage, and then the leafs that come out that go into the onto the smaller white tables.
Yeah, each table is going to have a 4x4 shelf that comes out, which becomes a tabletop for any other games, which is good.
Which means we'll be able to hold probably about a 30+ size person X-Wing tournament. Probably have
so if you got let's see,
12 tables,
2, 4, 6, but another 6, like you could do probably 24 maybe, like and that's not even putting anything else on
the other.
We have the other wood, and you could do the other tables.
Exactly.
So actually, we don't have that many mats. We got to buy more mats.
We definitely got to buy more mats. But that's at least. By the way, those are attainable again. We've been getting them in store. So the new stores also brought in the first month alone, it has brought in almost 200 new customers to the store in 1 month.
Yeah, the location being in the strip mall, having the other businesses, people coming by and going, whoa, I was going to pick up my curry, and then what's that store?
I know it's cool. Cool. We got the axe throwing place.
Got axe next door. So that's just cool dudes over in Bury the Hatchet coming in.
Yep. Yeah. Foxy and the boys come in on their breaks. They come in to just, as they say, shoot the shit, because they're all avid D&D players, and they're actually getting into other things because they come into the store.
Well, I think that's part we talked about. The now you don't have preset nights. There's no scheduling because you can have Friday Night Magic tables, and then you want to come play a game of 40K or play a game of X-Wing or some of the table things.
The coolest thing. I mean, when we opened, it was a Wednesday, so the X-Wing crowd came out in force. They were like, "New tables! Ooh, they came out.
It's our night. We're first.
Yeah, we were first. Yeah. So they got a little street cred for that. They got lucky it was a Wednesday.
Yeah.
But also, oddly enough, that first Friday, they came in again because they knew they could, because they had spots.
Yeah, dedicated
tables to play. They had 6 games going while Friday Night Magic was going on. So 30, 40 plus people in the back playing Magic. And yet they still
have room for
X-Wing. And matter of fact, on that Friday night, there was Warhammer games, X-Wing games, board games, and I think 3 different card games being played all in the same night. I remember just looking at it.
It was the gaming salad.
It was a game. It was a very happy salad.
Yeah, mixer.
Yeah, it was really cool to see everybody playing all those games instead of just
some
YouTube, crowds.
Does it blend?
Will it blend?
Will it blend?
And stick in some X-Wing, stick in some card games.
You should throw a whole pound of dice in there, and does it blend?
Just not these.
Not those. Those are iconic. You get the cheap Chessex.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get
defect bag
when I get the second wave of the new edition of these dice.
You're planning on doing when the next set runs out. We're gonna do we're gonna do runs of different color dice.
I'm thinking quarterly, because I did not realize how popular this was going to be. Because I did this as just a little promo. You spend a couple bucks in the store. I throw a die in a bag. It was just cool. You're a gamer. You always need dice. Here you go. I was giving people dice. So after they ran out, it became a bit of a myth and a legend. You used to give out dice.
Yeah.
It was when I first opened. You should do that again. It would be really cool. So I did it. I ordered 200 dice. They were gone in 2 days.
Yeah, every once in
2 days. They were gone in 2 days. So I had to order 500 more. And I actually ordered them direct from Chessex, and the guy was like, "Well, that's going to take me."
Those are the new color ones, though.
The new color ones.
These are officially retired.
These are officially retired. I do not plan on making any more of this set. I did order twice with the second set because I I miscalculated. That was my problem. I did not
Hopefully
account
you're open
for,
long enough, so eventually you have to come back to that color because Texas has a lot of colors.
That would be cool. Maybe like like the 3-year anniversary or something like that. I don't know. We'll see.
There's a lot of color.
People like exclusivity. Phil has a lot of bragging rights that he's got a full brick of 12 right there, so that's kind of cool. But people dig that stuff. They dig the freebie stuff.
It is cool.
Especially throw a logo on, and
it's cool having. And you use dice for Magic in your counter systems. You use it for obviously all the war games. So it's cool having the dice, and it's cool with different colors. Like,
but people love that stuff. I mean, I love it. That's why I did it. And now I did not realize how much they loved it until 2 days. I got rid of 200 dice.
I got to order.
And then I had people clamoring for more. So I ordered 500 more. We'll do another wave of this. I'm hoping they'll be in the store within about 4 weeks. It's 500 dice. It takes a while to make.
As of October, were we in the second?
This is first week of October?
Yeah, first week of October.
Today's date is October the 4th.
Yes.
As Phil holds up 4 fingers.
Yesterday was my Brady returns to Foxborough, and I was very happy that I heard doink, or we put that in the
and tonight I'll be screaming at the TV because my Raiders are playing the Chargers.
The Chargers, yes.
We'll add a little sports
we'll
segment
get
here.
Stress text.
The Red Seal stress text.
Oh my God!
And then tomorrow, Yankees Red Sox wild card game. So if I had hair, it would fall out. Maybe my beard would fall out.
That's why I wore my red hat, my red Tampa hat.
I might be clean shaven next podcast because
you be stark white. You're gonna be totally. Totally
I don't think so. My wife's going away for a week. If she comes home and I'm completely clean shaven, she'll probably just go back on the plane and leave.
Yeah. You might gain some years back. I mean, wife's gonna be gone.
I don't know. I don't know if that's how that works.
How's that beard all dark again?
I don't know. No, I tried that once. I'm not doing that again. That was I didn't like that at all.
But in essence, the new store's there. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a lot of something for everybody. A lot of new people coming in. It's great to see new faces and
new customers. It's amazing how many new customers and how many people are like they come in and they thank me. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for doing this. It
is an awesome place. I'm so glad this place is
here.
I
knew I needed it. I knew we needed it, but I didn't realize there was so many other people that needed it.
Yes, a space.
Not just wanted it, but needed it.
Yeah. Well,
guy came in today. Sal, guy came in today off the street. Opens the door. He comes in. He's like, "Is it cool if I come in and just paint?" I didn't want to be home by myself and paint. I wanted to have like-minded. I said, "Dude,
hop on a table.
Bring your stuff. Sit down." He brought his whole kit. You got to see the guy. Yeah. He brought his whole shebang with him. It was amazing. He didn't bring like 4 pots of paint. Yeah. He brought the whole thing with him.
My whole desk.
The whole desk, and which was great. He was in there painting and watching guys play Warhammer. There was a game going on since this morning.
Gaming always is
it's communal.
Having a safe space, right? You go there. You don't got to worry about the outside world. And then A, it's relaxing. And then B, we always talk about how doing things in the presence of others, I get more done. I come to the store and build my miniatures.
Absolutely.
I get way more miniatures.
I get way more
I don't have any other interruptions in my house. And not that I don't mind those interruptions in my house, but like eventually it's like, I want to focus on what I'm doing. I go to the store and you can get tons of stuff done.
We built so much when we opened that box that time.
Oh, yeah. Well, just
the Warhammer Quest box. We got it done in a day.
Yeah.
It would have taken me 3 weeks to do that at home because I get distracted. I get interrupted. I'm watching TV. I stop to get something to eat. The wife comes in.
There's always stuff to do.
Kids, the dogs, the cats, whatever.
Yeah. Being an adult, it sucks.
Cats and dogs living together. Yeah. Mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria. Yeah. But so now having that safe space, and you got people who come there and, like I said, go pull up a chair, do whatever you want to do. That's awesome. Yeah.
Home away from home for a lot of people.
It was funny. The other day I was there, and it was Eric and my son were there. They were working, and the gentleman came in with his young son, and he had no when someone walks in and they're like, "What is all this stuff?"
I love that's one of my favorite customers that comes in.
It is fun.
Because it looks cool AF, but what the hell is it?
Yeah, what is this? And I'm like, all right. So then it's like, what's the parallel?
I heard
have you seen Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's like that. Have you seen?
We're gonna have to make a cheat sheet for new customers.
You do.
See what they know of, what they heard of. Are you a Marvel guy? Are you a Lord of the Rings guy?
Well, at least Marvel. Now you got Marvel Crisis. But the hardest thing was nailing 40K because I'm like, what? I'm like, all right,
Gothic sci-fi. It's like
Dune is really close to that, but because it's not all lasers. There's like projectile bullets blowing people's heads off.
Bolters are basically RPGs in a machine gun.
We had that discussion. Like, all right, so Starship Troopers. That's a very like hordy kind of like Tyranids and like that kind of stuff.
Absolutely,
cool.
IGs versus Tyranids
has that feel.
The horror movie, one of your favorites.
Event Horizon is that like
is that gothic sci-fi.
it's a gothic horror sci-fi. It mentions
Space
chaos.
Hulk. It's
the
Space Hulk. It mentions like another dimension.
Totally there. What was the other one? Obviously, Dune has that like houses and the technology and that like grimdark future setting. So
it's like it's futuristic, but it's still not.
So that was kind of rough.
They still use weapons, like melee weapons, but they also have shields and lasers.
And the what's that the weirding way
they fold space.
Yeah.
Oh what? Oh, I don't want to blow Phil's mic up.
Deep.
He's looking at me like, oh, don't do that.
Yeah, that's gonna spike that mic.
My
But
name
so
is
that
a
was funny. So he's in the store
Or
and
we-
he's like,
just stare at the camera and I'll be your inner voice. They
it's almost like that Shakespearean aside in that he's like,
yeah, they have to talk. They have they talk, but they talk in the inner voice. I mean, everybody has an inner voice in that.
oh
that
yeah,
movie.
Paul
That's what's
is
so weird
constantly like,
I wonder if they're going to do that in the new movie at all, as an homage.
I
to
hope
the
so. That
filming.
was really cool. I mean, that's like that.
It was so weird. When I first saw it, I was like, wow, they all have like inner monologues.
It's what they do in Shakespeare. Like Shakespeare, you're reading, and it's all that inner monologue, and then the dialogue, and then he's like, but he's in his head, like, a hunter seeker.
Yeah.
And like the things in the room,
I'm
like,
going to have to grab it. The sides will be slippery.
Yeah, the suspension field to make it slippery.
This is not an ASMR video. This is just, I'm reenacting Dune here.
Yes.
I want people rewinding and playing that part over and over. We're not getting the
You will be a
devices with the
meme.
ears, and I'm not licking ears and stuff like
Yes.
that. It's not happening here.
But so when he came in the store, and I'm like, okay, and I was like, all right, and then we got this, like, I hope you've seen Star Wars, like, here's these games.
Good
and
luck
like,
with that. Yeah.
And he was just like, I'm coming back. I don't know what this is, but I'm coming back.
That was probably a in the plaza with my wife and kid thing. Then.
He was just him and his son, but his son was like,
Was his wife around?
No, it was just him. It
So
was
maybe because there's a hair salon, there's the beauty shop.
I feel
there's
like they
the
came
Harmon.
from there's a karate place up the.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I feel like maybe they were coming from there.
And he's like, "What the heck is going on?"
He's like, "What is this store about?"
See,
and I'm
that's
like,
why I
all right.
wanted and nothing on the window. You see that? Because there's nothing on the windows. It's completely clear. We're like in a fishbowl.
Oh no, yeah.
I have a couple little advertisements, but the big sign up top. There's not a lot on the window.
I mean, you have like
and that place is ablaze with light at night.
Yeah, well, at night you can see from a mile.
Yeah,
During the
it's
day,
great.
it's hard to see him, but you do have like, it's CCGs and miniatures,
Yeah,
and
you
like
have
it says.
the proper signage to at least
That
catch your
banner
eye.
was enough to spark a Nora in that guy's head. He came in. And
What
was just
is going on?
What is this? So then I do the fishing, and I'm like, have you played Risk?
Yeah.
Maybe once or twice, and I'm like, then I can't. There's no
Have
more.
you played Axis and Allies? Right? Is that the next?
No,
the
I
next
didn't
one?
do because he barely
Oh, so
played
Risk
Risk.
was a no.
Risk was like maybe once or twice, and I'm like, I remember
so
there was
then he
like
probably didn't do
So instead of like that being like
Parker
a
Brothers
lot of
stuff.
guys, you got a lot of miniatures for that one unit. Like it was like, and then it's basically war on a table. And then Eric gave him a whole spiel. But it was just funny.
I go back to green and tan sometimes if I have to. The old army men.
That's true.
I
used to roll dice with them.
He's dead. I shot you. Yeah, you used to roll D6.
I used to make like a D6 system. I'm like, all right,
Yeah. Dude,
50-50.
the Dark one was in the store a couple weeks ago playing with his son. And little Ben he's still a little young to understand anything seriously, but he was super curious. He likes to play with action figures and whatnot. So he sees little men. He sees his dad is into it. He's like, "Oh, great, my dad's doing this. I want to do this too." Soldiers. I mean, we're dudes, right? So he came up with the little, just the 4+ system, which is like old school Warhammer with the charts, right?
50-50.
50-50.
Yeah.
4+ you
It's
hit.
like flipping a coin.
Yeah,
like,
it
like,
really
he's dead.
is.
It's alive.
It really is. And he was pumped. Forget it. He was having a blast.
That's cool.
And that's just so basic. I mean, when you see it at that level, and that's one of the reasons why I love having the store. That guy that you were just talking about.
Oh,
he
yeah,
comes in,
like-
it's like, what the F
Yeah, I have
is
no-
going on in here?
Like, he didn't even know about
just
card
looks
games.
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, all
Yeah.
that stuff on the shelves is like, where do you start?
Did
like,
he mention D&D to him at all? Did he play D&D?
oh, I got no interest in that. He said that.
Oh,
yeah. And I was like, all right, cool. I'm the Nori.
All
It's
right, so
fun.
that was a hard no on
yeah,
D&D.
yeah. It was definitely like a newer, like a person, like an older. I mean, I say.
Hey, watch it now.
He was definitely older. He was definitely younger than me.
Watch it now.
But like, he
Older
was like, like, wow, look at this place. Look at all this stuff. What is this?
Yeah,
so that was a fun conversation.
The awestruck customer is one of my favorites.
Yes.
And then my other favorite is the guy that comes in and goes, "Oh my God, you got Magic cards? I haven't played Magic in 8 years.
Oh yeah.
What is? Oh my God, look at all these sets. Oh my God. Next thing
Look
you know,
at
he's like,
these singles.
Commander, what is that?
Yeah.
He buys 2 Commander decks, a booster box, and everything else. Had this guy come in from Bury the Hatchet. One of the Axe Masters, I forget which one it was, brought him into the store, and he's like, "This is my friend. I don't want to use names because I remember the kid's name, but I don't know if he wants to be mentioned on the podcast." But he's like, "This is my friend so and so. He used to be. He's a big D&D guy. He was always curious about all this other stuff, as he put it.
Other stuff.
All this stuff. But he never had the time. Whatever. I was in the middle of a Magic game. I was getting my butt kicked by a turn 1 Soul Ring and more Eldrazi, which is the bane of my existence. Take one for the team, right? So after I got my butt kicked, I went up to the register and I was talking with him, and he's asking me everything about Magic. Never played it before. How do I play? I mentioned Arena. He's like, I thought about it. He bought an Arena deck, the starter thing. He's like, I'll be back to buy more cards, but I've also thought about Warhammer. Tell me about that. So I brought him over I showed him the starter set. He goes,
Pandora's
he
box.
goes, this is a small one. Is there a bigger one? I'm like, yeah, there's 3 levels. Oh, when I go in the deep end of the pool. Grabs the big box. I mean, he was just like kid in the candy store. He bought board games, he bought Magic cards, and he bought Warhammer. All in the same 45 minutes.
Well, that's the Pandora's box, right?
Said,
You're opening
I hope you have a well-paying job, my friend.
Yeah,
you just got yourself into some really expensive hobbies.
Yeah. It's hard. You got to like pick and choose at that point. It's tough.
I told him,
but when you don't know, it's like you're going to get there.
They always call me the worst salesman in the world. I'd rather people not spend money. Don't spend any money now. Come in and try it. I was even telling him. I said, they're playing Warhammer now. Just go watch it. No, I want to do it. I said, but that's a lot of money. I said, I don't want you to spend $100-something and then
not know
you
like
home
it.
And you're like, oh,
and
this guy sold me $100 and I don't even know what. No, he was like, no. I want to do it. I want to glue. I want to build models. I want to sniff glue. I'm like, you like to sniff glue? Oh, me and you're going to be friends.
Joy.
Me and you're going to be friends. You like the smell of mold release?
Tell them there's all, it's like a vineyard of glues. Smells. Yeah. Got plastic glue, super glue.
Anyway, it just, those are the kind of customers I love to see come in.
Cool. Yeah, the new.
You got new blood, you got old blood, you got rediscovering the hobby. Oh, I have time now. My kids are older. They've moved out. I can do this stuff again.
My job hours change. I can get in now, so that's cool.
And I look at all the room.
Yes. And you're able to carry all those products. That's like the key in. We always talked about how like you just have to have everything there. Like
you have to have. I mean, first and foremost, it's a retail store, right? That's what this hobby is. It's a retail store. I'm selling you the product. That's first and foremost. I don't charge for table space. That's just come in and play. If there's room, it's a community. It's like a library.
Yeah.
You come in, just
it's like an Elks Club with
an
dice.
Elks Club, a Kiwanis Club, Rotary Club, whatever you
want
want
to make a joke of those. Like eventually, that was like what old people did back in the day to conglomerate and
It's what they did together. It's where they went to drink and smoke.
So that means
and
when
have some
we're
food.
older, there's going to be like gaming havens, secret places where you got to show your I got to show my limited edition dice and like to get into the basement. Like
you got the RSG, first edition.
Yeah, rent out RSG for your kids' your first birthday in the back. Come on,
Phil's going to come in his floating wheelchair.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my AT walker. Remember your brother posted that picture? I'm totally doing that.
AT walker. I'm just gonna be
the old person walker.
I'm gonna be the Futurama floating head, just floating around the store.
Yeah, in like suspension fluid. That's fantastic.
That's gonna be me. Either that or a Borg. I think maybe a Borg would be better.
Yeah,
I want to have
whole floating
I want to have
drones
because I want to be able to model still. I want to be able to roll dice.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do my positive die rolling if I'm mostly cyborg.
You just have the appendage come throw it. I don't know. That's scary.
Maybe I have a built-in dice tower.
It's like the AI robots. I don't want them to go to hell.
Any Boston Dynamic news recently?
Nope. Not in my book. Let me check.
You sure? Let me check. Go on.
It's effing empty because that whole company they're going to ruin the world.
One of these days we're going to be in studio, right? And a Boston Dynamics robot's just going to come in.
You're going to see
and it's going to be my voice.
I'm going to flip the table. And I'm going to stab it with whatever I have on hand.
It's going to be the first table flip.
Puncture the battery and let the acid leak all over it. Do something. My water, just go for the electronics.
You just try. It's not going to work. It's going to be waterproof.
Yeah. Oh my god!
It's going to catch the water, throw it back at you.
You can drown it. It'll eventually rust. Yeah, just tie it up with some.
I don't know, man. Data was equipped with a flotation device.
Yeah, but Data. I just watched the whole thing on Data. Data was very unique.
He was.
I just watched the whole thing. Is he property or is he not property? We went to that whole great episode.
Shout out to Christopher, by the way, because are we still doing it this week?
DS9. We're doing rehashing all of Star Trek is a lot of fun.
We're going
it's on Netflix.
We're going to enhance our evening.
Enhance the evening. Garrick is like the man. But so that's that was the news of old where we came out of, and we're in a whole new world.
Right. Well, we got the new store.
We're in a new studio, and we're in an undisclosed location.
And a remote site.
Yeah, remote site.
We don't want to say where because, again, they're going to take Phil's dice.
Deep in the heart of Siberia.
Deep Siberia?
Really? I know.
Why do we always go to Russia?
It's Siberia. I mean, that's like the stereotypical place we can go hide. But yeah, I mean, so once again, the studio is going to morph. We're going to do some,
we'll get more tchotchkes.
Yeah, we can do some stuff. Maybe the globe will come back.
Some personal items. Yeah, we're thinking about bringing the globe back. We'll see. We'll mess around with it. We'll have some fun with it.
Yeah, and try and go back to our old weekly. What's new? What's going on in the store? What's what are we looking forward to?
We could briefly touch on that. We have the new X-Wing League that's starting. Our new mod, Zach.
Yes.
He of the open-toed shoe. He'll be in the store.
Yes.
Hopefully it's cold.
Will you wear those, Zach?
Hopefully it's cold. All I know is I hope it's cold because if it's cold, everything will be.
He's got to go closed toe.
Yeah.
So the X-Wing League is going to be playing games in store. Get your league game in. It's a $10 buy-in, and then at the end of the league, it's probably like 2 months worth of games.
2 months.
About 8 games. This
Zach
month's
wants to do about 8 weeks to give people time.
First month's going to be the first time we're doing it's about 7 games. Top 3 in the points, how you finish. There's gonna be ranking system based on how you feel your level of skill is from
it's
ace
also,
and
it's
pilot.
very user friendly. New user friendly too. It's got you can either come in as a pilot, which is like a new guy,
or an
or
ace.
you can come in as an ace, which
like
is
you've
a veteran.
flown.
And then if it's almost like it's like Vegas. There's odds. So if a newbie beats an ace, he'll get a couple more points.
Yes,
because it was a tougher victory.
Yes, and if ace beats pilots, there's less of a reward.
Less of a reward because he's beating on the new guy.
But in the end, when it's done, you're going to have top 3 finishes. Everybody's going to get pretty much a participation event prize, like one of the alt art cards we have in a binder, and then top 3 will maybe get special cards out of the binder and maybe some store credit.
Yeah, the binder has grown immensely.
Yes, you got all new cards. Those cards look amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm super
Greg
pumped.
brought in a bunch of new cards. The guys brought in some cards.
Yeah, so Yukon said he was bringing them in.
They got the Lego alt cards. Those are really cool.
Zach brought those in. Those are in the book. All the OP kits of old are in there. So yes, that should be cool. So there's gonna be that league, and then hopefully we're gonna have a in-store championship. Hopefully in November.
Yeah, well, this is more about getting people comfortable too. Come in, get some flight time in.
Games have meanings. You get a reward for playing in the store.
And the community we have, those guys from KFC, they've been fantastic in helping us grow the community. They're very
helpful.
They're very helpful
guys
as
learn.
You're playing. They make recommendations.
Yes.
They're not pushy. They're just they give you a little bit of advice, and they always want you to have a good time.
Yeah, and they want you to learn,
and they want you to learn.
Get better, and fly better is the in the end is what it's about.
Yeah. So this really is the fly casual.
Yes, and because we got a really good community there, and it gives it rewards everybody for playing in the store, right?
Yeah. The Warhammer Crusade has been popping off in the store too.
Yes, there's a 40K Crusade going on.
It's almost every day. These guys are in there hammering it out. Alex was running that. I think it's about 8 or maybe even 12 participants. There's so many of them, and they're playing so many games now because they had the table space.
Yeah,
I can't tell.
Yeah, who's getting what games.
We got a lot of new faces in the store, which is, this is great. I'm just not familiar with. It's getting harder and harder to recognize people.
Yeah, and then wait till you get to 2 other tables, because then it's going to be like set tables. You could fit. I got to see if we could fit 2 40K games on there. I'm not sure what that new size. And those cardboard tiles freak me out because I'm never like. It's like it's a rectangular footprint as opposed to like so we'll see.
Work it out, but more space, more players, and like I said, these 40K players coming out of the woodwork now because they have space to play.
Yeah,
and so they're playing Crusade games, and they're also playing one-offs. They're playing multiplayer battles. There was a battle with Big Ray and the guys going on in the store till like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Not that I mind. I love that stuff. I love watching half of the time too.
Cool. It's a fun game to watch. So, what else is coming up? You have, I'm assuming the next set of Magic. You're gonna get pre-releases.
Of course. It's been a week. It's been time for a new set of Magic. The next in the Innistrad, it's not a block. Not doing block, but doing this like double Innistrad block. The first one was mostly werewolves, which is the
yes. What's the second one called for vampires?
Midnight Hunt, and then the Innistrad is Crimson Vow.
Crimson Vow.
So. The first one was mostly werewolves. The second one's going to be vampire focus.
So what's the chances that the first set's werewolves, but there's no werewolf commander deck? What's the chances that there's going to be a vampire commander deck for the vampire set?
I don't know yet. They haven't announced yet.
There was like,
why wasn't there?
Why wouldn't you made one of the 2 a werewolf deck? I mean, I gave you cards to make a werewolf deck in the set.
They did do a zombie one, which is very popular.
True.
It's disappearing
True.
off the shelves, and the other one is just sitting there. We might be using them as
the
prize support because nobody's buying
Poster
them.
Boy's a werewolf, right? So like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
you would think this one's gonna be a vampire. It'd be like,
Or maybe they put them both in. Maybe the werewolf and the vampire will be in the next set.
oh, maybe.
That would be great.
Yeah, because it's white, green, blue, black.
Mm-hmm.
So you could do a red, green,
Yep. We'll see what they do. I mean, I don't know
and a
yet.
black, red. I mean,
They haven't
that's like-
announced anything yet. I mean, it's what are we?
But you're gonna have a
first week
lot
October.
and you got pre-release kits coming up for that for events.
Oh
or
yeah,
F&M,
all
you're
that
gonna
stuff.
get
F&M. We've increased our pre-release kit numbers, so that's great. I'm anticipating the same number for this set, but the following set, which would be the first quarter of next year, which will be the Kamigawa set that's coming out.
that's that cyberpunk
It's
set.
a cyberpunk set.
You're gonna have
which
more
is really
allocation
cool.
for that, possibly.
I'm definitely. I'm kicking and screaming on the phone when I have to because we just have so much more space. I could easily do 200 kits easily,
That's cool.
if not more. So that's what we're trying to get for the following set, which will be first quarter next year. And then all next year, Magic releases is going to be really wild. I mean, I know a lot of the hardcores don't like the crossover to the other IPs, like the Lord of the Rings IP is going to have some Magic product.
Well, and that's going to be a standard set, right? Like
Yep.
whereas the 40K one's not. That's a silver
The 40K
border
is
on its own.
I don't know if it's silver bordered. I don't think it's going to be silver bordered. I think it's just got they're doing they're putting a name on it. I can't remember something universes.
Which pretty much just makes them let them make sets that aren't part of
I mean,
the.
come on. I don't mind it. I'm a 40K fan. I'm a Magic fan. You could just not use the cards. You know.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're not so powerful that they're broken or whatever. But it is Commander.
Yeah.
So Commander is first and foremost is supposed to be a casual format. I mean, there is ECDH.
Just like league
Yeah,
league play.
league play, or just more of an elite deck.
Gotcha.
Somebody comes in with a $2,000 deck and smacks you around, whatever. But it's I prefer casual play with Commander. We're getting Modern in the store.
Yeah, I heard a lot of guys in the
store.
Discord talking
Yeah,
about.
matter of fact, there's
standard and modern.
There's Modern going on tonight on
Cool.
Monday night.
Cool.
So again, more space, more games, more product,
More formats.
and more formats. So and then we're getting tons of cross contamination. People walk by the Warhammer table because they're Magic
what's
players.
going on?
Wow, this looks cool.
Yeah.
It's nice to see this. I've never seen this before. I have Magic players that have never seen Warhammer. They didn't even know it existed. It just happens because some card stores are just card games.
Yeah, card
and
games.
board games. They don't carry the Games Workshop stuff at all. And vice versa. The GW store only carries GW. And
Yes.
and then there are, like since we are a card store, as my buddy Phil is throwing subtle hints at us.
Yes. Yeah, we got
Which I
another big
almost forgot
card
to
game
mention
release
'cause
coming up.
It is coming out this Friday. We can sell. It'll be in store tomorrow.
Oh, really? That's-
It'll be in store tomorrow, but I won't be able to sell until Friday.
Which is
My
the
Hero,
first one thing. We're in the first week of October when this is being filmed.
First week of October. Yeah, this is October the 4th. The My Hero Academia card game will be in store this week. It uses the old Universus system.
Yes, and that's
which has-
Asmodee, right? They own the rights
It's
to that.
Asmodee. The company that actually is Jazzco Games, which is owned by Asmodee. So Asmodee is doing all the distribution. We have a ton of booster boxes coming in. Everybody says that I'm nuts for doing it, but I'm a big My Hero fan. A lot of the guys in the store are My Hero fans. I want all the cards. I want play sets of everything. So when I'm a fan of something, I do
and
I do
traditionally-
take advantage of it a little bit because it is my store and I really want to see it.
Well, true. And traditionally, card games, if the buzz goes through and they get really popular, that first wave tends to go bye-bye.
Yeah.
And then there's a vacuum where there's no
And
product.
I'm trying to avoid that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to avoid the vacuum. I had enough people interested prior to the release that I knew I could probably move easily 30-something boxes of it. So if I was only getting 36, that means I would have had a 6 on the counter. And that's not enough to
No,
keep
just
the
do a
hype
crack
going,
packs, you wanna open
get
them
new
like,
players
hey,
in,
yeah.
whatever. So, to keep the guys that are into it, really into it, they want to have, maybe they want to complete full sets and all that stuff. So I ordered double what I normally would get. I'm going to have about 72 booster boxes in store this week.
Curious to see. I mean, it's not FFG. They've been horrible with card games. So, like, the demise of...
The Universus system has been around for a while. What's cool is that you can use it with the older system stuff, the Mortal Kombat stuff, the Street Fighter stuff. So they'll be interchangeable.
Interchangeable. Yeah, I was saying like the demise of Keyforge having all its problems in the interim of us being you moving all that announcements. Keyforge, the algorithm's broken.
I don't know if that was a combination of FFG stuff or Garfield moving on to something else.
He's starting a Kickstarter with another card game that's very similar to the mechanics of that. So, you won't get.
It looks shady.
You'll never know that information. But
it looks shady. What happened? They're saying that something happened with the software that runs the algorithm that makes the decks, and they don't know how to fix it. And they said that it's on pause, and that's very scary.
Well, hopefully, if you like My Hero as a card game, you'll be the RSG's the destination to come get your products.
Definitely, I'm gonna have a ton of it, so it'll be in this week. This weekend, I'm anticipating a buzz. I know Phil's excited. I know his whole family's excited. They're all My Hero fans. As I'm looking at Phil, he has All Might on his pants.
Yeah. I mean, and they've already announced the second set, which was another part of the contention of people going, we haven't even gotten the first set. You've already announced it here.
I get it. I mean, they do this. You got to remember they plan this. It's not like they wake up one day and, let's make another set.
Which makes
years and years.
Which you have to assume that this set was supposed to be here long before.
Oh, yeah. It got delayed 3 times, and that made us nervous.
Yeah.
Because, when they keep delaying like that, you're like, is it ever going to happen? Is it ever going to happen?
Yeah.
And then the hype fizzles out, So.
Yeah, the killer of a card game.
But is it distribution problems? Is it creation problems? Who knows? All I know is I got the shipping information.
Yes.
It'll be in store tomorrow.
Yes.
It'll be on sale Friday.
Flesh and Blood's been going really strong on Sundays. There's been events every Sunday packed.
And then that goes back to your point of having product in the store. I have every set for Flesh and Blood in store, except for the Tales of Aria, because it just came out.
Everybody
First edition just came out, so they understand.
But that was something you had a problem early on getting it, and you were hoping that, and then now it's kind of stabilized, and you got product for it. So
tons of it, and it's on the shelf.
Yeah.
And every week they come in, they have events. They could do sealed events. They could do drafting type events. The cards are on the shelf. They could buy more cards if they want to buy a new deck. They could buy. They could build a new deck.
What was it, 900 people at that event in Las Vegas? I think it's like so. Event, that's a good sign for a meta and a new game, saying a lot of people there playing it, they like it. So that's awesome.
So the Aria will probably get more first edition stuff trickling in over the next couple of weeks, and then they'll go on to a full unlimited set, which is the same exact power level. All the cards are still available. It's not like there's cards that are not available. It's more of a
chase cards for the
chase cards are like. They're collectors, right? So they have what they call the cold foil. It's a foiling process that they only do on certain cards in first edition.
First edition print.
But the card will also be available in the unlimited printing. So as far as power level,
same thing. It's just you want bling or not bling.
If you want the shiny, you buy first ed. If you just want to play the game, you could buy unlimited. I think it's a pretty good format. I don't know how it'll hold up over. Magic seems to be around a long time. Is it because there was nobody else to really challenge them? Is this how many games? How many card games can survive and be that popular? Because there's only so much money people
Magic's
willing
offering
to spend.
3 different types of the same pack. This is a draft pack. This is a set booster a little bit more.
And you got theme, you got draft, you got set, you got collectors.
They got you to pay more for the same cards.
Yeah.
In the end, you're just buying. Oh, well, that's got the shiny blingy one more. They learned from Pokemon.
Set boosters have Pokemon is still crazy. I mean,
but they learned from that. I think that's a direct learning thing. Like, everybody's chasing this just for this. Yeah. Let's give you more of this, and you'll pay more for it. I mean, it's just, it's no brainer.
I'm a store owner for 13 months. I've seen Pokemon played in my store twice,
but it sells,
and yet I cannot keep it on the shelf because they buy it, they collect it. Guys come in, they buy 2 ETBs, they open one, they put one on a shelf. So the collectability now the bubble has popped a little bit. It was, prices have come down, which is good. I'd rather sell more at a lower price than have it for everybody. Because in the end, it'll be better. It's healthy for the game. It's healthy for the store. Limited does not. I don't. As a store owner, I don't like limited. Once in a while, a limited item is cool, but not to the point where the entire product line is limited.
Yeah, and you can't play.
And I can't play it. Again, that goes back. That's what's killing Digimon right now.
Yeah, can't get it.
Digimon's a popular IP. It's been around a long time. It's launched and failed a couple times, and it's getting destroyed by either lack of production or shipping or pandemic-related issues. Can't get it at all. And when I order it, I get 10% of what I ordered. Whereas everything else, I order it. Now, I do get hit sometimes, even with Magic. There was a little bit of a problem with the Innistrad release. I didn't get everything I ordered on day one, but I got the rest 2 days later. It was a little bit of a shipping follow-up.
Yeah, like a follow-up.
But it got fixed right away, so that's good. And hopefully that'll be the case for this My Hero. And that's, again, why I went so deep. You got to have it on the shelf,
Especially early on.
especially early on. You can't build hype. You can't keep the ones that are hyped about it involved if there's no product.
Is there going to be chase cards with My Heroes? Is there going to be foil system? We don't know yet.
I don't know. I still don't know all the details to that yet.
Because I've seen spoilers of. I know Phil's not looking at spoilers. He's staying away from spoilers.
Phil, yeah,
but
I do know
there's
something
spoilers
about
in the Discord.
I do know something about what's in the packs, but I don't want to say because Phil is really excited.
But is there? But I know there's going to be certain cards, but we don't know if
I don't
they
know how
have that
rare
like
the rares.
tiered.
I don't know
like,
how
this
rare
is
the rares
rare.
are
Then
gonna
there's a
be.
rare foil, and there's a foil that lights up and
don't-
shines to
yeah.
the space station, like that kind of like this.
I don't know yet. Yeah, we'll see. There's been some leaks, but they've been
But
pretty
how
much
could they
basic.
not? How could you make a card game and not do that now in today's day and age when
every card
everyone's
game does it.
running and getting all that
I
stuff?
just don't know. And we want honestly, everybody really, I think they're also building the hype. You know, there's going to be probably, foils, foil etched, alternate art, something like that. And the excitement in the store on Friday will be like, holy cow, look at this card.
Yeah, open it all up. Oh my God, look at this.
So I think it's kind of cool what they're doing.
Yeah. Open the hot packs in the Discord. By the way, check out a Discord, join a Discord because everybody's in there talking about these things. So
600 plus now.
Yes.
It's been really exploding. Every 100 or so, we try to get another moderator to try to keep things going. The community's been great.
I always love we were talking about this, the joins at like 12:30, that's like 1 o'clock at night, someone will join the Discord server. And I'm like, well, the store's closed. And I'm like,
how did they find
just
out
the middle
about
night?
That's it's almost like I hate to use the word virus, but that's what it's like. It's like,
yeah. Oh, my friend, you joined like friend. Oh, I'll join that server.
They have a Discord.
I just love it. I see him like, wow, that guy joined
Or
like
somebody goes to the
2:30 in the morning.
website and sees the link
And sees it.
and they
It's
just
always
jump
good.
in it.
Well, keep joining and come on. There's always somebody talking about something.
Well, Discord is probably the best thing that I've ever done for the store because it just puts the entire store in your pocket 24/7.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time.
Hey, you want to talk about something? Throw it in Discord. We're going to talk about
Need
it.
a painting tip? Check it in Discord.
Yeah.
Want some more rumor?
Yeah. You want some food advice? What to cook for dinner?
Yep.
Zach will let you know.
Yep. The food prawn channels. Zach of the open toe.
Yeah, of the iron stomach. I call him.
And the iron stomach. That guy, he will eat anything.
But it's cool. Like you can.
But that's what's good. That we wouldn't know that about Zach if it wasn't for the Discord.
Yeah. Or yeah, just all those the ability to chat about anything you want all the time.
Leaks for card games come out. Oh, hype for this.
Yeah.
It's a great way for the community to communicate with the people at the store. The Ask RSG channel. Hey, is this still on the shelf? I saw it the other day. Can you hold it for me? Is this coming in the store? It's just fantastic.
Yeah.
It's so much better than a phone call because it's a quick little text.
You're
It's
getting
in
more
the
info in your
Discord.
Discord than the phone ever rings in the store.
Absolutely,
So yeah.
because they know I'm going to look. And it's not just me, all the moderators.
Yeah.
And even just customers help each other.
I was just in there. I just saw 5 of them. It's right there.
Exactly.
Take a pic and like I'm here
any
now.
more blah 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 in the store? He's got 3. I'm in the store right now. There's 3 on the shelf. These are customers
That's awesome.
doing it.
That's
That's
awesome.
great. So again, it's the community. Like the community feel is great. I don't know how long we can keep this going. I'm going to try. I'm going to try to keep it going on as long as I can.
Well, it's also as long as they keep making stuff. I mean, right now we're in the
they
cycle.
are. They never, you know what? Until I became a store owner, I didn't realize how often stuff gets made.
Yeah.
I am inundated every day from
What you have to
distributors
stay on
about-
top of. Look at Marvel Crisis. Like you didn't have the room for it in the old store. And now it's something people want to play. It's like, well, I got room. I got equity. I got some money to buy the line and get it out there. And, you're almost out of core sets are gone.
They were gone. They were gone, immediately. I had to order a complete reorder the same day. I was putting them on the shelf, and they were leaving the shelf. I'm like, oh, I didn't order enough. And these are the base sets.
The base sets. Well, everybody wants base sets make sense in all the games.
It
That's
does.
why they do them. But
Well, you could play. Again, it's a good
out
core
the
set.
thing, you get everything.
Out the box, you get everything you
Dice,
need.
you get everything you need.
The dice, the movement templates, a little bit of terrain in there too.
Yeah, there's dumpsters.
Dumpsters.
Set them on fire.
Set the the RSG dumpster. That's one of our emojis, right?
Yeah, definitely. Someone put a RSG logo on the dumpster. Paint it red like the one in the back.
It's kind.
Let Hulk throw that puppy.
It's kind of scary. I get random messages on Discord from the customers. You have any high resolution images of the RSG logo? I have an idea.
Yeah.
And I don't mind. It's fun. The people
yeah,
that I got guys that bring in RSG themed minis and they're painting the logo.
Tage
on
did a great RSG
I
X-Wing
ordered it.
templates.
I ordered
They're
it.
awesome.
I didn't order it. I gave Tage the money because I kept asking him for the info and he kept giving it to me. And like a dumbass old man, I just kept forgetting to order it.
Gotcha.
And then he would come in on Wednesday and he
Let
would
me order it.
And there it is again. And for like 3 months, this was going on. We're going back to the old store. I kept wanting to order it. I said, you know what? How much was it? He told me. I took the cash out of my pocket and give it to him.
You order it.
I says, please,
That's
just
funny.
call the guy and tell him you want everything again.
That's funny.
Because that's how cool those movement templates
They're
are.
awesome. They're awesome.
With that matte finish, oh, forget it.
Well, you're gonna give a high resolution. One day you're gonna walk and there's gonna be like a hot air balloon going by the store with like a big RSG logo. I'm like, hey, whatever, you know what?
You know, I don't know.
Let's get those banners over the beach at Seaside, and it'll say RSG getting pulled by the plane.
As long as they're not asking for high resolution images of me.
Yeah.
You know, or you even, and then I
I want to see a random cardboard cutout of you in the world, just like.
That happened at the pizza shop that time.
That's funny.
I told you. I was at the pizza shop buying pizza, and one of the Pokemon guys came in. Oh, I buy all my Pokemon from this guy.
He took a selfie.
He took a selfie with me. Look who I found in the pizza store. I was like, and then we saw it with the Find Dan.
That's funny.
It's like instead of where's Waldo, it's like where's the Primarch.
Where's Dan at? But yeah, so I mean, that's pretty much that's the news of what's happening, where we're going, and hopefully we can do a lot more of these.
Yeah, I definitely plan on doing this once a week again. Thanks to Phil for giving us some space to do it. We'll be able to do this hopefully weekly
on the regular.
On a regular again. Sorry for the hiatus, but we were just a little busy with the move and getting things done. I didn't want to do
not having a space. The new store doesn't have a basement, by the way. So
and it does take time, and Phil's time is valuable too. And we
precious.
And he was helping me in the store. Actually, these guys would help me patch. We helped me patch. I don't know, 175,000 holes. In the walls with spackle and everything.
Thanks to everybody for the move, because we had a lot of people come out, and
man, it was
the
great.
force was.
I had about 20 people.
It was like a drop ship. It was like
Actually
a Thunderhawk landing, and like all genetically engineered humans coming out.
The store community. I mean, people always say they're going to help. You know, who helps anybody move? It's the worst phone call in the world.
Yeah.
Hey, Sal, you want to help me move?
I got a pickup truck. I know that shit. I'm like,
guess so.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right, I got a pickup truck.
That's the favor you don't want to ask anybody, right? I'd rather ask you for money than ask you to help me move.
Yeah.
Right?
I'll pay for a mover.
Yeah.
Take
the money
and
go.
move.
So, we had like almost 20 people came out, and
moved you out of the old store,
busting their hump too,
and moved you in the new store.
It's not like they came and like they took like a box of cards and moved it. They were moving furniture, boxes.
Yeah, and it's all cataloged in the RSG. What is it? The RSG
relocation channel.
On
the Discord.
It's archived. It's like it won't be added to. It's kind of like the story of the move.
Yeah, we locked it up. The files are on our archive, but you can see we took videos of us moving, the progress I made, and we had pizza and soda the day everybody moved, but I could not believe how fast we emptied out the store.
That's cool.
So I think it took a total of like maybe 3 hours with the big ass truck and everybody else's cars.
To get all it out and move it close.
It's unbelievable community. So I said time and time again, thank you everybody for helping us make this what
get to
it
the
is.
new store. Yeah.
So the store is not just me. I say it time and time again. It's us.
Everybody.
It's our place. So come on down to your store.
Yes.
Our store.
Yeah. My favorite meme in the world.
Everyone. Well, my favorite meme in the world right now is definitely that I am a river.
Oh, yes.
To my people.
Oh, I love Lawrence Arabia. It's such a good movie.
That's fantastic.
But yeah, so we'll be back here doing our regular thing. Hopefully, once again, get back to the guests we talked about last time.
Yep.
Hopefully, we can get the board game show we were talking about with the other guys wanted to do, sit down, talk about board games. A lot of stuff we could do.
I know once Phil gets excited about painting, he'll be making more painting videos. Once we do some more Age of Sigmar stuff.
We can get our battle reports in.
He's a Warhammer guy. He really wants fantasy kicks off. I'm sure he'll be a lot more active with the videos.
Yeah, we wanted to do a crusade in the beginning, and that got waylaid with fantasy.
Maybe we can pull him of the open toe and iron stomach to come in front of the camera. I know he was a little camera shy last time I had
those.
I would love him to come on and talk about X-Wing. He loves X-Wing.
Yeah.
How
he got involved in it. His
enthusiasm for it would be great for other people to see.
Yes.
Coming from non-store owner, non-buddy of store owner,
and try and get the events we always talked about back on camera, have those reports, talk about, do our learning reports, because like we're learning these games, some of them all over again. Age of Sigmar, I'm learning it all over again.
With the new tables, I'm telling you, wait till when Matt brings these new tables in, we're gonna be having a lot of fun.
Cool.
So,
all right, good. Well,
we're never stop gaming.
Yes. Always roll dice, and episode 10 is officially officially now episode 10. We're back on schedule. Next week will be episode 11. So.
Yeah. Good stuff. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. Keep rolling dice.
Never stop gaming.